everybody, and welcome back to our Christmas handbag journal. We're getting there, we're making progress bit by bit. It is my intention this week to give you at least one video a day so we can get to the end of it before it actually is Christmas. Those of you that know me will know that Christmas is not my favourite topic, but I wanted to do this because a friend of mine, Terry, who has Sweet Pea Papers, and Ki-Young, who has Sweet Pea Papers on Facebook, and Ki-Young has an Etsy shop called Wonders by Wink, and they are doing a collaboration and inviting us all to join in with Christmas in July. If you pop over to Terry's page on Facebook, Sweet Pea Papers, you will find out all you need to know to join in this, including up until the 14th of July, a way to get Ki-Young's free fabulous Christmas kit. So it's worth popping over there to see what you have to do, etc. So this is ours, this is my contribution, and it's coming together. We're making our way through the pages. This one with a TED, this one with double pocket here. All the design pages from the kit. I've put a fabric ruffle down with some lace on, which brings us up to this page. We have actually done the back of this page, which was this Christmas stocking. But today we're going to concentrate on this page. So let's take this page out and put it to the rest of the journal to the side. Right, now when I was looking, it's this page, isn't it, that we want to do? Through my envelope box, I found an envelope for yesterday's video, and I also found this little red one, and I thought, ooh, that'll do, I can use that. So the envelope measures 4.5 by 6 3/8, and it is my intention to stick it on like that. So I'm not flapping it over the back page, which would just be nonsensical because it would come out onto there like that, and that would just be ridiculous. So not doing that. But I do want to put something on the envelope, and I do want it to flap from there. So I need something on this side. So I've gone ahead and cut some pieces out. I've cut out this piece, which is from the kit, and that's going to go there like that. Still allow that envelope to open and close. I actually resized this. I've resized a lot of things in this kit just to suit what I want, and I actually cut out 2 of these, and you'll see why very soon. But there are 2 of them identical. I resized them and then printed out 2 in the new resized format. I cropped off quite a lot down there because I wanted to keep the little family, and this time I haven't sliced the baby's head off. He's got lots of space up there. So all that's okay, and I printed out 2 of these. They are the same, but they're nice. I like them, and they are going to go on the front and the back of the envelope, just as decoration at this stage. So they will go like that, and then we will open the top up so we can put a tag in there. And this is the paper that I'm going to make the tag out of, also from the kit. It's gorgeous. It says Merry Christmas, look. So we'll make our tag out of that. So I'm just kind of getting things straight in my head what I'm doing. So I think the first thing to do is to attach these to the envelope. And I'm really trying hard to work out which way is up with these. Without much success, really. I think that must be the way up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that looks all right to me. So what you don't want to do is put glue all over the back of here, then stick it down, because it'll be fine on these parts, but on this part it'll stick to the back, and that's not what you want. So you have to just avoid that part when you come to stick it down. And if you can see, it's, let's get my pencil, it's from about there and it comes down to about there and then back up, something like that. So I'll avoid this part when I put the glue on. I'm going to use Collall because it's fairly forgiving. So I do want it all around there, all around the outsides, including this bit. You want to stick that bit down too. And then we're just going to put some down the sides like that, avoiding that area that we've just sketched out. And then on here, on the envelope itself, you want to go round that area and that will stick your card down to there. So you won't have a ledge that things are going to get stuck on. So let's pop that onto there. About there, I'd say. Oh, well, probably could have done with being further down, but that's okay. So let's just get rid of that glue that I put on there completely unnecessarily. Same down here. That's the one excellent, many excellent things about Collall, but one, it does rub off. And if you can't get it to rub off, get your glue ruler. Yes, let's measure our glue. Your glue rubber at it and it'll come off. So don't worry too much about that. So that's that side done. And we're just going to put one on the other side as well. Which way did I say was up? Green on the top. Okay. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Just go around the edges. And then a little bit in the middle. If you want to sew around these before you stick them in your journal, I probably would normally do that, I think, but there's not a whole heck of a lot of sewing in this journal, so I'm just leaving it like this and just sticking them down. So let's see if we can get this a bit more central. I think that's okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine. So just go around the edges, but pushing inwards so your glue isn't going to splotch out. And there we have it. So that's the envelope covered. Now we need to just slice a little bit off the top there. So I'm just going to take my little baby chopper here, and I just want really half a nothing. About that. So that should now allow us entrance, and it does, into there. So we need a, that would be nice with some lace down it, wouldn't it? I might do that. We need a journaling tag to go in there, so let's have a look. I'd quite like to use the Merry Christmas part of it, and it's going onto this page, so I need to sort of see how high I want it to be, how tall. So I'm going to cut that white border off, obviously, and I'd like it to come to, oh, I want to use the Merry Christmas, silly woman. There, I want it to come to about there. And I'd like it to be less wide than the envelope, narrower in fact. So to that line there I think is fine. So let's just cut those out. I don't know if I can do it all on the little one, or if I'm going to have to get the Jolly Green Giant out. Yeah, I am. I can cut that one along there. That seems quite tall, but we'll see. Now can I get that in? Yay! Across a little bit. I'll just cut that white border off on the top. Okay. So keep those remnants, they're quality remnants, and they may well come in for something later on. So is that going to fit in there? Bearing in mind we have got a little bit of glue there, so we're not going to have the whole width of the envelope. Let's have a look. Oh no, I think we're all right. Oh, maybe not. Just going to put my bone folder in there and see if there's any loose glue I can get to budge a little bit, and let me get that in. Let's have a look, see. No, it needs to be narrower than that. That's okay, we can do that. That's not a problem. I'll just cut off that, which is, I would say, scant 1/4 of an inch, and let's see if that's enough to let that go in. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And just got that bit out the top. I need a bit of glue on there, which is often the way when you start cutting into envelopes. They start to kind of disintegrate on you a little bit, but don't worry, it's nothing that a little bit of glue won't fix. I'll use my tacky glue. It's just a little bit. Up there, right on the end there, on the end of that point. That's it. Okay, stick down, that's good, lad. Right, so there we have it. We have our envelope covered back and front. Journaling on here, journaling on there. Got a big journaling card there, which we do just need to back. We need to back it onto something just a little bit. I'm going to do this and the whole thing's going to... That's it. It's just I've got my keyboard placed on top of the bin, on top of everything else that's on the bin, so I can switch the record and stop and start thing. And the only place to put it was on top of the bin, because everywhere else is just covered. It's like the North Pole. It's absolutely ridiculously Christmassy. I mean, we don't even put any decorations up for Christmas, so it's all a bit foreign to us to have Christmas all over the place. There we are. I'm just going to stick that down onto there. I can't be sure that this side is square, the side of the paper, so I'm not going to go near it. I'm going to leave a gap. Put that down. It doesn't matter too much if glue splodges out, because we're going to be cutting it off. So I'll just leave that to dry for a second while we deal with the rest of the page. Put the lid on my glue. Right, so just checking again. Yes, that's the top. So I want to stick this down now, about there, so there's room for that tag at the top. I don't really need all of that flap. I can cut it off about there and that'll be fine. I mean, it doesn't really matter, you can leave it. And I'm going to put glue on here. To stick it to the page. There we are. Okay, so it wants to go about there, I would say, right on the edge of the page. right on the edge. Not over it, not less than, right on. There we are. And that will still fold nicely. Yeah, it's perfect. Sometimes if you, I mean, we haven't got anything on here, but sometimes when you put a piece of paper on, it sort of doesn't want to fold over it. So make sure that you've got the sort of fold line of the envelope flap just kind of towards the outside of the piece of paper. You'll see this is one of the pieces that I want to stick on, and it's just slightly less than the paper, so it's going to go there. And that still flaps really nicely over it because that's actually not going right up to the edge. I could make it go up to the edge like that. And you can hear it, it's just catching. So be careful when you come to stick your paper down, if you're sticking it down over the whole thing, be careful, you know, it's easier to stick it with the envelope in that position, so you're not going to block it falling open and shut. Anyway, this is the next thing that we're going to do. We're going to stick this down, and I'm going to do it fairly centrally like that. I'm not going to ink around it, it's quite a dark coloured piece. So this is a really quick little page, but effective. It's interactive, so it's more interesting. So just centralise this on your page, which is about there, I think. Possibly more over towards the envelope than the spine side. And I think that's about right there. So that's not interfering with anything here, that's still shutting beautifully. Right, now what we're going to do is make a side envelope, pocket. So I've got my other piece that is identical, and I can cut that off anywhere and make a side pocket. Looking at the other side, there's more going on the spine side, so it might be balance it all out better if I do it on this side. So I just really need to work out where I want to cut it, or I could just fold the whole thing over. Let's just do that first. If I do that in half, if I do it to there, where's that on our page? It's about there, yeah, I think that's probably about right. So I'm just going to fold that over. Just like that. And this is going to be our side pocket. It's going to go over exactly where the other page was, so it looks like a complete page, except we know it's not. And it's going to have this opening all the way down here, so you can put tags in, etc, etc. Right, what I think, I'm going to trim this off. We've got no need to have all of this here. I might as well do it on the trimmer. That's what I pays wages for. Oh dear, I don't pay the trimmer wages. I'd be bankrupt. Right, so let's just pop that under there. I want to leave a little bit left over to glue down, but not masses. So yeah, that's left that bit there, and we can glue that down. I don't think I'm ever going to use that, so let's be brave and throw it out. So I'm going to glue this down first, and then I'm going to show you my idea, which is not a revolutionary idea by any stretch, but you know. Right, so that's just colour. I'll just fold that over. Get your Timmy towel and you can give it a good press down. Get your bone folder and be prepared for a bit of splodging. Yeah, considerable bit of splodging there. Just wipe that up, otherwise you'll stick something to it and you'll be regretful. Right, okay, so what I was thinking was that instead of it just being a plain straightforward pocket like that, that I could put a run of glue halfway up so we could have two tags that will stay in place. It's amazing, that actually just works perfectly. So for that I need to know where halfway is. So that measures just short of 8 inches. So if I put a line at 4 inches and there at 4 inches, I'm just going to draw that out to a line so I know where to put my glue. There we are. Right, so I'm going to glue this. I'm going to use tacky glue actually, because I don't want it to be quite so splodgy. So I'm going to do the top and the bottom. Well, I will if the glue ever decides to come out. Come on, I wasn't horrible about you. Blimey, it's the most minuscule flow of glue. Sometimes it gets a sort of plug in the nozzle, as I'm sure you know, because we all get it. Oh, yeah, it's freed itself. My goodness. So there we go. Down there. Make sure I go to the end, which I think was the problem with that other page that was coming up yesterday. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. For an awful moment I thought I was sticking the front down. And then that new line that we've just put in, which will keep the journal cards in place. Right, so let's get that stuck down. So if we match it perfectly, we should be all right. And that is absolutely perfect match. Right. Just lightly touch that into place. I'm convinced that we all use way too much glue. That a fraction of this amount of glue would do the job. And that more is not always better. But I might be wrong. And I'll carry on using the same amount of glue anyway. Right, so I'm going to leave that alone to dry. And I'm going to cut my tag out for my envelope. I don't need to save that sketchy bit. There we go. Still got a little bit left for another day. I am going to ink around here because I've backed it with white. There's a thickness of white around there that you can see, so I'm just going to ink around it. It's very pretty, that paper, isn't it? So I don't need much, I just want to cover the whiteness of the paper really. Same on the back. And I will, at the end, when we've got everything in, I will come back and put ribbons and laces and buckles and bows and, you know, charms and stencil on the back of things, whatever. But at the moment, we're just in the construction stage. We're just getting everything built into our journal. And then we can come back and pretty. We can come back and do the pretty. Right, so that's that. So let's have a look at you. That's going to be like that. So we want this to be on the outside. Is that in the envelope? I think so. I think that's just where the envelope. I don't think it's anything to do with the glue. I think it's just the envelope opening, getting caught. So there we are, that's that. Flaps open like that. That will get decorated in the fullness of time. Here is our two things. I don't think I've got enough. No, I haven't, I don't think, got a piece of. Oh, I have, however, got two envelopes. They may very well fit in. Would they fit in? Oh, they might be a bit big. Don't know, how much do they measure? From bend to bend. They measure 3 3/4. Oh, that's going to be tight, isn't it? Because I put glue down at 4. Let's just make one of these up and see. I'm going to follow the lines that are kindly provided. Fold each end in and creasy middle. And we'll see, you never know, we might just manage to sneak it in. So I'm just crimping each end and then you can fold the middle in. Like so. That needs to be a little bit further. Just haven't pulled it over far enough. And that, so let's see if that fits. That'd be amazing if that fitted. But I don't think it will, but you know, we'll give it a try. No, it's nowhere near fitting. I could use that beautiful red that I've got. These were offcuts from the cover itself. Oh, that's sensational. Yeah, that's got to be it. Is that the same height? Yes, it is. So how long do I need these to be? I need them to be 4.5, I'd say. 4.5. Oh, they're just so beautiful. What a shame it would be not to use them. Well, I guess I could do it on my... It's got measurements on this thing, hasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so 4.5, which is there. Measure this one at 4.5. There we go. let's just check that they actually fit in before we go to any other trouble. Yeah. I mean, they're quite thin at the minute. They need backing with something. Yeah, they fit in beautifully. So what I'm going to do is stick them to my spare white paper that I've got, just to stiffen them up a little bit. Will that fit on there? Oh, yes. Of course it will. And that's just the job done then, isn't it? It's, you know, not waiting on tags or anything like that. And that's great. And then tomorrow we can move on to another page. But we're getting there, really. You know, we're making good progress. Let's just stick that one down there. And this one here. I do love this red poinsettia. It is such a deep red. I don't think I've ever printed anything off on my printer with this much colour on it. You know, normally I'd renege and think, oh no, there's too much ink going on that. But this, I do not mind a jot. It's beautiful. I'm proud to say my printer handled it all very well. There's no marks or anything. You know, it hasn't, no roller marks, which sometimes you get, don't you, with printers. They can be extremely annoying. Right, so just caress that onto the paper. And we chop these out. Still got some of my A3 sheet left. It's doing well. These I might make into tag shapes actually. I'll see. I think they look better as tags coming out than just a square end. Chop the other one up. Oh, I'm so pleased I found these remnants. This is the thing, guys, never throw away your remnants. I mean, if at the end of a project you've got tiny, teeny little bits left and you really think that you're not going to be using them on another project, then you have my permission to throw them out. But generally, you know, if you're using the same colour palette all the time, which I tend to do with florals, they'll come in again for something. Even the teeniest, tiniest little bit will. Right, yeah, I think I will make those into tags. Where's my... It was here a second ago. Here it is. In my handy dandy caddy. I'm going to use the smallest of my template size here. Just cut them off following that small size, because I don't want huge pointy bit. There we are, one down. This is just a template that Mr. F made for me. 4 different corners on it, so you can make your tags pretty much any old shape. Let's get rid of those bits, surplus to requirements, and let's pop these in here. Hopefully they'll go. I do need to ink around them actually. Let's ink around them first. And as I say, I will come back and, you know, put ribbons on things, and I've got a whole sheet of words from the kit. I mean, look at them all. There's loads else. It's everything you could think of. So I'm going to be using those definitely to jazz some bits up. But I'm going to wait till I've finished the construction. I really am. Although I'm dying to I'm dying to get onto the prettying up business, but get the construction done. Right, let's see. Do you want to fit in there? Yes, I believe you do. Oh, lovely. Yeah, that's great. That's just left the right amount that I wanted. Lovely. Let's hope this other one is as satisfactory. Let's catch the back with the ink. So that's quite, I mean, it was easy. It's really easy when you broke it down. But it looks a nice page, doesn't it? With a flippy floppy bit out. And the tag and blah, blah, blah. Right, so that goes in there. Like that. Yeah, I mean, they're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. And that flips over there like that. Journaling there, journaling on this tag, which actually, looking at it, I'm going to chop the top corners off that as well. It needs to be a tag. I might use the second smallest, I mean, of my shapes that I've got. So I think the smallest might be just a little bit. Is that right? Yeah. Confusing myself there. Which doesn't take a lot of doing. There we go. Just need a little bit of ink on there. Just where we've cut it. There we are. Right. Yes, I like that better. It's a much more pleasing shape, definitely. And when we come to pretty, I'll put something nice and frothy in the top there. So let's just pop this back into where it goes. I'm not altogether happy about that. I need to see what's... It's the envelope. There's a bit of loose paper in the envelope. However, worry about that another day. So that's it. Let's put that into our journal and see what it looks like. Goes in here. So there we are. That's it. In the journal. Doesn't it look nice? Oh, it does look nice. Might be contender of my favourite page, that one. So that flips out, leaves us with that, which is cleverly done, and our two tags. Brilliant. Right, so join me again very soon when we will be carrying on filling our handbag Christmas journal. Thanks for joining me. Oh, and here's Mr. F just come home. Thank you for joining. Oh. See you soon. Bye.